Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon, wonder of the Far East, is the second largest city in Vietnam, the largest being Hanoi. It is the most crowded city in the country, with the official population of over 8 million people on the total area of over 2,055 square kilometers. The city now comprises 19 districts and 5 superpen districts. District 1 along the Saigon River. The downtown Saigon is located in the commercial center and contains most of the city's monuments and landmarks. 8 kilometers away, District 5 resides a big market of Chợ Lớn, where Chinese community lives, with favorable weather the whole year round and the convenient access from other countries by air, by road and by sea. Ho Chi Minh City is a busy and dynamic metropolitan. 1. Introduction of the city history. First established in 1698 and considered as an administrative unit. Under Nguyễn Dynasty, Saigon Garden attracted people from all over country coming here to reclaim the land and settle. Later, during the mid and late 19th century, it became the principal city of coastal China under the French ruler. Then Saigon served as the capital city of South Vietnam from 1956 to 1975, fueled the unification of the country. Today, the city has emerged as the center of commerce and economy, education, science and technology, healthcare and tourism of Vietnam.
2. The cultural and social life of city dwellers. Traditionally, Vietnamese people follow the family structure of many generations in the same roof. The practice, however, become less popular in big cities like Ho Chi Minh City. Most families in Ho Chi Minh cities are now nuclear ones with only parents living with the children. Both husband and wife go to work, leaving their children either in the kindergarten or at grandparent homes so that grandparents can help look after their children. A lot of Vietnamese people are Buddhists or practice the philosophy of Buddhism in life. Public transport has been recently improved for people to use. However, the majority still prefer using their own vehicles, mostly motorbikes, to get to work. 3. City planning and well-known architectures. Saigon was designed during the French colonial time and built up a lot more during the American time and recently during the Đổi Mới period. But quite a few French colonial style public buildings are still there. At the intersections of Lê Lợi and Nguyễn Huệ Boulevard is the most famous Hotel de Ville. Along Dom Khởi Street in District 1 stands such famous buildings as Notre Cathedral, General Post Office, Opera House, Continental Hotel. At the waterfront, the banks, the custom house light up looking out to the river to preserve the old structure. The city has been planned and expanded with new modern urban areas in District 2 and District 7 to meet with the development and to house growing inhabitants. Alongside with the colonial structures, skyscrapers can be seen here and there marking the modern life of the city.
The main landmarks and tourist attractions within walking distance from the university campus. Firstly, City Hall, built in 1909 and now as Hotel de Ville. The building with its ornate facade and its elegant interior lit with corridor chandelier is one of the city's most prominent landmarks and is now the office of Ho Chi Minh City People Committee. Secondly, Opera House, first built in 1899 as a theater for French performance. The building then served as the seat of South Vietnamese National Assembly. In the late 1950s, the theater has been renovated in its original architecture and used for Vietnamese variety shows ranging from traditional music, orchestral performance, fashion shows to symphonies and operas. Thirdly, Notre Cathedral. The cathedral was built between 1877 and 1880 on the site of former Citadel Arsenal. The facade is made of red brick in the neo-Romantic style and is framed by two square belfries of 40 meters high. A statue of Virgin Maria with the height of 4.2 meters was erected later. You can see communion celebrated here 2 times a weekday and 4 times on Sunday. Fourthly, General Post Office, located on the east side of the square in front of the cathedral. It was built between 1886 and 1891 in European style architecture with a great glass and ironwork dome. A huge mirror of the Mosque of Saigon was added at the beginning of 20th century. Bentan Markets. This large covered central market, together with Bentan Market in Chợ Lớn, is the largest in Saigon. Bentan Markets was completed in 1914 at the intersection of Lê Lợi, Hàm Nghi, and Trần Hưng Đạo, Flora. Acquired products and services are available here every day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Night markets is on both sides of the market, busy from 6 p.m. till very late at night.
Nguyễn Huệ Walking Road is the most beautiful and largest road in Ho Chi Minh City with colorful decoration and modern water fountain system. This is considered the heart of district first. Nguyễn Huệ Walking Road runs from the People Community building of Ho Chi Minh City to the Saigon River. The present reconstruction was finished on 30 April 2015. The 40th anniversary of the reunification of Vietnam and soon become the hub of the city. The area of President Ho Chi Minh Statue Park is set on Coho copper alloy statue with the height of 7.2 meters facing to Saigon River. Nguyễn Huệ Walking Street is the place to organize parade, meetings, street and flower festival, exhibitions, cultural and sport activity, art performance. The walking zone has 2 lanes for transportation circulation. In the center, it is the during that where flower exhibition and display are highlight the area. Located in downtown Saigon, the buildings were formerly the Notre Palace, where Indochinese French Governor-General resided during the mid-19th and early 20th century. The original, first built in 1868, was handed over to Saigon Authority, headed by President Ngô Đình Diệm. After the 1954 Geneva Accord and served as his official residence. In 1962, 2 pilots of South Vietnamese Air Force, who were most disaffected by the Ngô family regime, bombed and partially destroyed the building. A new palace was designed and rebuilt on the same site, and the construction was finished in 1966. Its main gate was torn down on 30 April 1975. The buildings were then renamed the Reunification Palace and is now reserved for governmental receptions, international seminars, and exhibitions and tourist sites alike.
The main landmark and tourist attraction that take longer time to go Better take a taxi, a car, or motorbike. National History Museum. Ticket 20,000 VND per person. Built in 1929, it was once known as the Saigon National Museum. Located just within the entrance of the Botanical and Zoological Gardens. The History Museum now contains an excellent collection of artifacts illustrating the physical and technological evolutions of Vietnamese cultures, from prehistoric to the end of Nguyễn in Vietnam. World Remains Museum. Ticket 40,000 VND per person. Recently rebuilt on the same site of the original building border, and later French are bought. The museum now displays photographs of war atrocity committed during the Vietnam War, test airplanes, infantry sweatbands, and even a copy of tiger case, recent first introducing the French colonial period. The Champion Border. This tourist border is located at 73 District 1, built by the Chinese community in 1909. It embraces visitors by big colorful painted statues and the wooden cave paintings of heaven. President Barack Obama paid a visit to the border during his trip to Vietnam on 22 May 2016.
Next, we will go to place of historical value like Saigon Park, Dragon Crab, and Ho Chi Minh Museum. Saigon Park is one of the biggest rivers in Vietnam, where 6 of 50,000 tons can come in for business and tourism. The park has become busy in the late 17th century when the city was first established. Of course, at that time, it was much smaller. This is the original commercial park of Saigon, located on the Saigon River. The Dragon House was completed in 1863 at the junction of the Saigon River in District 4. On June 5, 1911, Ho Chi Minh, at the time named Nguyễn Tất Thành, departed from the Dragon Crab on the Francis Admiral Lotus travel for a 30-year journey around the world looking for a way of national salvation. Therefore, in 1979, the old building of the commercial park has been converted to use as the museum in memorial of President Ho Chi Minh. Next, Ho Chi Minh Museum. Ho Chi Minh City Museum on a historic site named Gia Long Palace. This museum displays the history of Ho Chi Minh City during the French and American time. This beautiful museum also tells stories of the Southern people's traditional. Next, Ho Chi Minh City Museum of Fine Art. This is the must go for those who love art. It is the major arts museum of the city and the second in the country, only to the Vietnam National Museum of Fine Art in Hanoi. The museum houses a collection featuring Vietnamese artwork in sculpture, oil, skill painting, and lacquer painting, as well as traditional style including woodcut painting in the Hang Chong, Dong Ho, and Kim Hong styles, as well as Vietnamese ceramics and a collection of ancient Buddhist art.
Vẫn Nghiêm Pagoda. It's a pagoda, but in Vietnamese traditional Notre, a cathedral style, but with concrete. It has a structure in this pagoda is a raised 7-story tower. This pagoda has a large top, building 16 farmers all over. Bitexco Financial Tower, ticket 200,000 Vietnamese dollars. The proportion to the observation deck 49. This skyscraper is a symbol of the modern Ho Chi Minh City. Inaugurated in October 2010, it became the tallest building in the city with 69 floors, reaching 262 models. The tower is owned by Bitexco Group, a Vietnamese multi-industry corporation with a focus on real estate development. The tower was designed in the unique shape from Vietnam national flower. The largest, the formation and development of Chinese community in the city. The name chợ lớn literally means big market and refers to District 5, where Chinese immigrants traditionally settled. Today, 500,000 Chinese Vietnamese citizens here play essential role in much of the city, business and industry.
Famous Chinese temple, life, culture, costume, and belief of Chinese people. Traditionally, Chinese people tend to live into congregation and gather around their own communal house to help each other. In Ho Chi Minh City, there are more than 500,000 Chinese or different congregations such as Cantonese, Fujian, Sao Châu, Hainanese, and Hakka. They own pure temple to worship their god or goddess such as Thiên Hậu, the goddess of the sea, Gen Gong, the deified Chinese general, well known for his bravery and loyalty, Ông Bốn, the guardian spirit of happiness and virtue. Some famous Chinese temples here include Thiên Hậu Temple, Nghĩa An Hội, and Ông Bốn Temple. But Thiên Hậu Temple is the oldest richly decorated Chinese temple. This was built by the Cantonese congregation at the end of the 18th century and dedicated to Heavenly Lady, locally called Thiên Hậu, who was supposed to protect her of the fishermen and seafarer. Among the other altars is one, locally called Long Mẫu, dedicated to protection of women and newborn, and yet another, locally called Kim Huệ, to sterile women and mothers who have no children. Incense coil, ceramic figuring, richly artized statue, and a model poet commemorating the arrival of the first Chinese from Canton are among the items of interest here. Bentan Market, Bentan, with a wonderful array of noise, smell and color, is one of the most colorful and exciting markets in Chợ Lớn. First built in the 1928 by a Chinese merchant Wat Dam. This is now the marketplace for wholesalers throughout the city. You only live once. Why don't you enjoy your life? Just get your bag and go.